Now this time I'm going to put an extra spacer on this end too, so that I can get my chisel up to the end here, my large chisel that is. And I don't need to switch. And it just makes it. Just. I guess I better center this on the intake here. That's pretty good. Okay, now very carefully take this down. Then I'll probably have to do the CA thing again. But this time I'll just put it on very lightly and then I'll wipe it off right away. I'm hoping I'm not going to get it in the bushings there and I can't get everything apart later, but I think if I'm careful it should work out. You know, I've got a little bit more off-centeredness there than I'd like. And I'm thinking maybe it's because the mandrel saber did not go into the, or rather the mandrel did not go into the mandrel saber as far as it should have. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a short spacer like this at this end. Give it just a little bit more bite. Or maybe I can adjust this, we'll see here. Well, that was stupid. There, a lot more bite. Don't know if it's actually going to make a difference, but we'll soon know. Okay, let's try it now. Well, I don't think it's any better. But it's not real bad. Well, what a bummer. There's no way I'm going to be able to find that little piece either. It went through the dust collector. Well, I may as well finish this one off. I wasn't expecting that to happen. I guess I must have got a little bit too aggressive. Now, I don't know if it's going to make any difference here, but I did resharpen my scraper, and it's, the fingernail test works pretty good anyway. Well, let's see what happens. Now I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of I don't know if we call it a void or what. I think I'm going to put a couple of drops of CA thick on there, let it set, and then carefully turn that down. Easy does it now. Now if I see it starting to run down the sides, I'll give it a shot of curing agent. Otherwise I'm going to let that set really slow. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the moisture from my breath to set it. Well, this is going to take all day. Okay, let's give it one little shot here. Okay, 2 shots. Yeah, I think it's hard now. Yep. You know, not every one of my projects goes well, and I think this might be one of those projects. And I don't know if you noticed it. I turned on the dust collector, nothing was happening. The hose had come undone. I was wondering, how come am I smelling the CA glue so strong? Now, as for this catastrophe, I've sort of got an idea. And looking at it right now, it almost looks like possibly the blank is not adhering to the brass tube. However, I'm going to try my idea. Now, I have done this sort of thing before using epoxy glue, but I've never done it with CA glue. I got nothing to lose here, really. I know I can always turn another one of these blanks if I want to. Okay. Maybe I should have used sandpaper and made this a little finer. However, okay. Now we'll just put a little bit of CA medium on it and see what happens. It's running down the other side. Let's give it a shot of curing agent here. Well, why don't I just turn that down and see what happens? Like I say, I've got nothing to lose. There's a couple of places here. Just going to build it up with a drop of CA thick. Okay, now I've got something I've got to do for the next 2 hours, so I'm just going to leave that there like that. See what it's like when I come back. I have given it careful consideration here, and I'm not giving up on this series, but I am giving up on these 4 blanks that I cut. It is just not turning out as nice as I thought it would where the knots are. I'm going to cut 4 more where there were no knots, and I'm going to do the cactus juice process, which is what I should have done here. Too late now, of course. However, like I say, this series is not over, and the woodpecker went to a lot of work to cut this branch off for me. So, I'm not going to give up.